it's Maisha and welcome to my channel. I have had a very bad week. I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It would make my day so much better, my week so much better, my month so much better. Okay, so this is going to be, I haven't thought of a name for this series. Maybe I'll name it Overtly Specific Book Recommendations, where I would pick a trope and recommend books with that trope, but it's gonna be really specific and I might not be able to find a lot of books in that category, but whichever I do find, I'm gonna recommend. Okay, so today's video is going to be on paranormal romances, which are also somehow mystery thrillers, which there are not a lot of, but I found the few that I read. And the first one I'm gonna recommend is First Grave on the Right. It's about Charlie, who is the Grim Reaper. So spirits fly through her, and since she knows what happened to dead people, she can solve crimes. She helps her uncle, who's a police officer, and she's also a private detective. I have read 3 in the series, and each book is a different mystery. They have all been fun. The first book was definitely my favorite, and the next few goes into her relationship with this guy who's a shadow but also not, and he is in a coma but he is not, but he does appear in her dreams, but her dreams are real. It's kind of confusing. You'll figure it out when you read it. He's a supernatural entity as well, but she doesn't know what he is, and he knows more about her than she knows about him. It's really good. I recommend it. The next book is As You Wish. It's about Saffron, who has always wanted to be a fairy godmother, but she has been a dream witch all her life. So like she gives people nightmares and she gives people good dreams, but she's really bored. And one day she finds that she has been hired by the fairy godmother agency, but when she gets there, she figures out that she was only hired because someone's kidnapping fairy godmothers and she has been set up to be the bait. It's really fun, and the mystery about what's happening to the fairy godmothers were really good. And there was also this really slow burn romance between her and the devil's advocate. I love their romance so much. I could also recommend some of Helen Harper's other books, because one of my favorite books ever, like ever, is Lazy Girl's Guide to Magic. It's so funny, and it also has this mystery element that just like ties it all together, and the romance in that as well. So good. It's about Ivy, who was expelled, kicked out of the Order, which is like the British Parliament but made entirely of witches. Then she gets magically tied to one of the high-ranking politicians. I think that he is a detective slash I don't know how to explain what he does, but like whenever something goes wrong, he like fixes it. So that involves being a detective and also involves a lot of problem solving, I guess. So she gets like magically handcuffed to him, and they have to solve this case together. It's so fun. Each book is a different mystery, and that's what makes it better. Ooh, the heater just turned on. But I can't turn it off because it's -7. Oh, might be even colder now. No, it's -12 right now, and if I turn the heater off, I'm going to die. So I'm just gonna let it do its thing. The next book is also by this author. Like she does this thing where it's paranormal but also a mystery, and it's not like a cozy paranormal mystery, it's like appropriately thrillery, so it's like mystery thriller and paranormal romance merged together. I have not found an author who does this as well as her. I have tried to read a few books in that category of like being it having a romance and it also having a mystery element that's appropriately thriller-y, but I feel like most author just goes the cozy mystery realm, and which is not I'm here for. I want the thrilling aspects with my paranormal romance. If you can find books in this category, like, recommend me some because I love this show. Brimstone Bound. It's about this girl who just got promoted to the supernatural branch of the British police, and then she was murdered, but she comes back to life and she solves her own murder. There is also this romance with the vampire king. Horvat. Only took me 10 minutes. I'd also recommend Dire Straits by her. But that kind of like, I didn't like that series as much as I liked these three. These three are more light. That's a bit more serious. Okay, the next series I have for you is Vampire Knitting Club. Well, it's technically a cozy mystery, but it has like a few thrilling elements to it. When I first read it, I thought I was into cozy mysteries, so I started looking for witchy cozy mysteries, and I figured out that those are not for me. I only like this one. Well, I like a few other witchy cozy mysteries, but I like this one the most. It's about Lucy, whose grandmother died, so she comes back to the town her grandmother used to live in. But when she gets there, she sees her grandmother, and everyone is acting weird. As the story goes on, she finds out that her grandmother might have been murdered, and she goes on to solve the murder of her grandmother, who is still kind of alive. I really like this one as well. And there is this romance that's a very slow burn romance. Like, if you have read cozy mysteries, you know those authors can drag out those romances for 13 books, 14 books. The next book is How to Train Your Dragon. No, wait, no. How to Date Your Dragon. It's about this girl, forgot her name, Jillian, who goes to this town with a lot of supernatural beings, and when she gets there, she realizes that there is something wrong with the town and someone's messing with the aura of the town, and she has to figure out what's happening. And she also meets this guy who might or might not be a dragon. It's really good, and it's also kind of funny because in the third book she gets pregnant with a dragon egg. It's so funny, and she like pukes up fire. I highly recommend this series. Okay, the next series is Three Mages and a Margarita. It's about I forget names. What's her name? Tori, I think. It doesn't say her name. I think her name is Tori. Maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. So Tori was fired from her bartending gig, and she finds this flyer and she applies to be a bartender somewhere. And when she gets hired, she realizes that the bar is actually a guild, and she meets these mages and they become friends, and they have to solve this mystery together. I forgot what exactly the mystery was in the first book, but yeah, each book kind of builds on the last. So this series you have to like read in order, and there are a bunch of spin-off series as well, which you can read if you like this one. Okay, this one I read recently, and this was so good. It's called Cursed Luck. It's about this girl, Kennedy, and she was approached by this businessman to do something, but the businessman figures out that she is a curse breaker and recruits her to break the curse on this really old necklace. And there are some mysteries. Someone kidnapped the main girl, Kennedy's sister, so they have to figure out what happened to her and also figure out a way to break the curse. This was really good. I cannot wait for the second book. I wonder when it's coming out. Wait, why does it say published? It's not. Okay, the second book is coming out on the 18th, and I'm so excited for it. The next book is Not Your Average Guy. So this is about Lucifer's son who has to earn his badge as a demon, I think. And the main girl, Kelley, works in an escape room, and this cult comes in and takes something really precious that she didn't know she had, and then the cult kidnaps her and summons Lucifer, but instead of Lucifer, his son shows up, and they have to track down the cult members and get the valuable thing back from them, because and if they don't, it would start the apocalypse. I thought the romance was really cute, and I also really liked the thrilling aspects where they have to go from country to country to find out what happened to the. I think it was a book, yeah, but not a. Okay, just shut up and not give any spoilers. Okay, the next two I have are YA. The first one is The Summoning. It's about Chloe, who gets sent to this boarding school because she has kind of a breakdown, but the breakdown was caused by the fact that she can see dead people. And when she gets there, she realizes that there are a lot of other kids who also has supernatural abilities, and they have to figure out why they were all sent there. I really enjoyed it. I also really liked the romance. It was so cute, so well developed. Okay, the last book in this video is Bewitch. It's set in this world where witches are kind of like inferior and they don't have as many rights as normal people and like regular people, non-witchy people. There is this group of girls who are all witches who are being sent death threats, and also this new girl shows up that they all suspect might be the one sending them the messages. They figure out what happened. They like figure out who are sending them these messages, and there's this really cute romance in the background also. Okay, that's it for today. Please like and subscribe. I'm extremely tired. I'm so jet lagged. I haven't slept properly in days. Because like I try to keep myself up all day so I can sleep at night. But I can't sleep at night, so I just end up not sleeping at all. So that's been my life, and school has been crazy. It's only the first week and I'm already drowning. I don't know how I'm gonna keep up this semester. Okay, that's not your problem, that's my problem. I would really appreciate it if you subscribed.